Hello dear student. So in the previous class I have discussed about the introduction of linear programming. Now I'm just going to discuss about the methods to solve linear programming problem. Okay. So in this lecture I will be discussing about the various types of methodology which are used to solve for linear programming problem, and also what are the methods, uh, and what are various steps. So linear programming is a mathematical modeling technique which try to maximize or minimize an objective function. So in linear programming problem there is a objective function. So basically the step says to solve a linear programming problem, first thing is that a problem will be given in a descriptive form. So you have to formulate that problem mathematically. Okay. After that, so first step is mathematical formulation. Okay. So first is formulation, problem formulation. In this problem formulation you have to formulate the problem in the form of a mathematical model. Okay. Now after formulating the problem, now there is a need for methodology. So once the problem is formulated, you need to apply a methodology which can solve this problem, or which can find the optimal solution of the given linear programming problem. Okay. So what are the various elements of linear programming problem? First one is the variables. So what are steps in problem formulation? So first one is identify and define the decision variables for the problem. So every problem we should be know, we should be able to find the various type of variables which we are going to use in the linear programming problem. So suppose in case of products mix problem, so there are two kinds of alloy. Okay. So we need to find how many units of alloy we have to produce, how many kg of alloy 1 and alloy 2 should be. So these are the variables. Then define the objective function. For every linear programming problem there should be an objective function. What is the meaning of objective function? Objective function means that either it can be the cost minimization, cost, or it can be profit, or it can be sales. So our objective function is either to maximize or minimize. Means if the objective function is profit, then we will try to maximize it, and if the objective function is cost, then we have to minimize it. Okay. So this is it. After defining the objective function, identify and express the mathematicality for the relevant constraint. So after problem formulation we have to take care of the constraints. Okay. So let me take an example, and with the help of this example I will be discussing. So before taking to the descriptive problem, let me take a simple example, and I want to discuss one method which is known as the graphical method. Using graphical method, how to solve a given problem. Okay. So let us suppose it is given in the standard form. The problem is already formulated. I will discuss it later on. Okay. First of all, let me define. Suppose this problem is given in which maximize 0.65 m and 0.45 y. So this is objective function as is given, subjected to 2m plus 3y Okay, so this is our objective function. We want to maximize this 0.6m plus 0.45 subjected to 2m plus 3y less than equals to 4 lakh and 3m plus 1.5y less than equals to 3 lakh and m less than equals to 90,000. Okay, where m and y are greater than equals to 0. So here there are two variables. Variables are m and y. Okay, this is objective function and these are three constants. So we need to solve this problem using graphical method. So basically we have two methods. One is graphical method and second one is to linear programming problem can be solved by either graphical method or using analytical method. So I will discuss graphical method for this. So what you need to do for graphical method is a simple case. First we have to draw these constants. Actually, first constant, just put it, let's say this is 2m plus 3y less than equals to 40,000. So what we will do in this, first make the axis on one axis, let's say this is m on this axis and let suppose y on this axis. Okay, so what we need to put, just take constant number 1. So how to plot it, let's say m equals to 0. So what will be the value of y, 4 lakh by 3. So 0 comma 4 lakh by 3, it will be on y axis. In the similar manner, this is 1 point, put y equals to 0. So value of m will be 2 lakh. So 2 lakh comma 0, this is the second point, just join this point. So this is the equation of line, but we here the sign is less than equals to 0, means just check whether the portion is containing origin or not. So if we put 0 0, so m equals to 0, y equals to 0, so is 0 less than 4 lakh? Yeah, it is true, means this constant contains origin. So this is the region, but m and y are positive in the first quadrant only. So this is the region contained by the first constraint. In the similar manner, we have to do it for second constraint, we have to do it for third constraint and find the common region. And the region which is common means the region which is satisfying for all the constraints is called feasible region. And just find the intersection points, the corner points of the feasible region. So any one of the corner point will be the solution. Okay, let me show you this problem we have solved using graphical method. So this is it. Here you can see this is first constraint, 2m plus 3y equals to 44 lakh, all towards the origin. This is the second constraint and this was the third constraint. So the common constraint of this region and this region is this blue shaded region, means this blue shaded region, this feasible set of regions satisfy all the three constraints all together. So this is the feasible region where all the constraints are satisfied and also non-negative condition is satisfied. Here the value of m and y are positive. So find feasible region. Now what you need to do after finding the feasible region, this is the corner point 1, corner point 2, right, corner point 3, corner point 4, corner point 5. So we have the objective function. Just put the value of all corner point in the objective function, and that point which is having the maximum value for this objective function will be the optimal solution. Okay, so once we do it, we will be able to solve the situation. So how to find this intersection point? Just solve this equation and it will be the intersection point. Find this solution, find the value of the objective function on this point, and this point, on this point, on this point, on this point, and the point which is having the maximum value will be the optimal solution. Okay. So is it clear? So what we need to do in case of graphical method? In case of graphical method, just draw all the constraints, find the visible region, find the corner points, and just put all those corner points into the objective functions. And if the value of the objective function is if it is a maximization type, then the point which is having the highest value for the objective function will be the optimal solution. And in case of minimization type of objective function, the point which is having the minimum value will be the optimal solution. Okay, so let me take this example. So this is a production allocation problem. So now I will show you how to formulate a problem. So a firm now I have discussed one method how to solve a linear programming problem for okay, one more thing I want to discuss is that the limitation of the graphical method is that it can only be solved for two variables, because we can plot only two variables on x and y axis. Okay, although it can be solved for the three variables problem, but we have to convert it to the duality form. So for more than two variables, analytical method is used, which is known as a simplex method, that I will be discussing later on. Okay, so what we need to discuss is only the two variable problem we have to solve using the graphical method. We cannot solve using any another techniques. Okay, so now I'm just going to show you how to formulate a given problem. So I'm just taking this. A firm produces three products. Okay, firm produces three products. Okay, these products are processed on three different machines. So uh, a firm is producing three products, and each of the product has to process on three different machines. The time required to machine one unit of each of the three products and the daily capacity of the three machines are given in the table. So on machine 1, the time for the product 1 required to for the 1 unit is it is given 2 minutes, on machine 2 4 minutes, on machine 3 2 minutes. In the similar for product 3 2 it is given, on for product 3 it is given, and the capacity of machine is also given. Means daily capacity cannot be greater than for 40 minutes, right? So this is given in the problem. So it is required to determine the daily number of units to be manufactured for each product. Listen here, it is required to determine the daily number of units to be manufactured for each product. Okay, means we have to find how much unit of product 1, how much unit of product 2, how much unit of product 3 should be produced per day. And what is the condition? The profit per unit for product 1, 2 and 3 are given rupees 4, rupees 3, rupees 6 respectively. Okay, the profit for producing 1, 2, 3 and 4 are given 4 rupees, 6 rupees respectively. So it is assumed that all the amounts produced are consumed in the market. Formulate the mathematical linear model, and it will maximize the daily profit. Okay, so have you understood the problem? There is a firm which is producing three kinds of product. Okay, and each of the product has to require on three machines. it is given product 1 has to process on machine 2 machine 1 by 2 minutes, machine 2 on by 4 minutes, and machine 3 by 2 minutes. This is the processing time for product 1. This is the processing time for product 2. This is the processing time for product 3. Okay, so this is it. Alright, but it is also given that the availability of machine M1 is 440 minutes per day, availability of machine 2 is 470 per day, and availability of machine 3 is 430 per day. Okay, now it is also given the profit per unit for the product 1, 2, 3 is rupees 4, rupees 3, rupees 6 respectively. So now we are asking that how much unit of product 1, product 2 and product 3 should be produced per day so that the profit can be maximized. So one thing you can ask me that it is clear from here that the maximum profit is from product 3 as it is given rupees 6. Okay, so we should produce only product 3. But if we produce product 3, then what is the problem? It is consuming 2 hours on machine 1 and 3 hours on machine 2, right? So the availability of machine will be affected, and few of the machine will be idle. Are you getting my point? So we cannot say randomly, we cannot determine manually that which product should be produced. So it is not advisable to produce only the product having the maximum profit, because if we talk about the product 2, right? So here you can say it is taking 3 minutes and 5 minutes, product 3 is taking 2, 3, 5 minutes, it is taking 2, 4, 6 and 2, 8 minutes. Okay, so we cannot determine. So what we need to do is that it is given that the objective function is clear. So what is the objective function? Objective function is profit. Okay, objective function is profit. So we want to maximize that profit. So let us suppose that x1 unit of product 1, x2 unit of product 2, x3 unit of product 3 should be produced per day, we have assumed. So what are the variables? The variables are number of products, daily number of products, the quantity of products to be produced per day, the quantity for product 1, product 2 and product 3. Okay, so here I can show you. So here the what will be the maximize profit? Maximize profit Z equals to what will be profit? We are producing x1 unit of product 1, x2 unit of product 2 and x3 unit of product 3. So what will be the total profit? It will be, it is taking rupees 4, 3 and 6 for 1 unit production, right? So total profit will be we are producing for product for product 1 the profit is rupees 4. So what will be profit from product 1? We are producing x1 unit, 4x1. From product 2 it will be 3x2. For product 3 it will be 6x2. So in this manner we can write profit, maximize profit Z equals to 4x1 plus 3x2 plus 6x3. So this is our objective function, but we also need to define the constants. Now coming to the constant. So here there are 3 constraints for the 3 machines, as we can see. Here you can see. So we are producing x1 unit of product 1. So it will be proceed on the both the machine on the 3 machine M1, M2, M3. So for product 1 time per unit is 2 unit on machine 1, 4 unit on machine 2, and 2 units on machine 3. So suppose we are producing x1 unit, so what will be the requirement on machine 1? Machine 1 requirement will be 2x1 from product 1, 3x2 3x2 from machine 2, and 2x3 from machine product 3, right? For machine 1, how much time unit will be consumed? It will be consumed from product 1 2x1, and from product 2 3x2, and from product 3 2x3. So this is the total available time, which cannot be greater than this, so it should be less than equals to 440, right? In the similar manner, it will be 4x1 plus 0x2 plus 3x3 less than equals to 470, and 2x1 plus 5x2 plus 0x3 less than equals to 430. So here we can write constraint will be 2x1 plus 3x2 plus 2x3 less than equals to 440. Second constraint 4x1 plus 0x2 plus 3x3 less than equals to 470, and the last constraint is 2x1 plus 5x2, right, less than equals to 430. So this is our formulated problem. Here you can see. So this is our problem formulation. Here it is objective function maximize profit, right, subjected to these constraints 2x1 3x2 plus 2x3 less than 440, and 4x1 plus 3x2 less than equals to 470, and 2x1 plus 5x2 less than equals to 470, where x1 x2 x3 will be greater than equals to 0. Obviously we can produce positive unit. It doesn't make any sense that we are producing -2 units of product 1. Okay, so this is the problem formulation. Now you can see here we are having 3 variables, so it is not possible to solve it by using graphical method. So we can apply the analytical method, simplex method, right? I will be discussing later on. Okay, so this was something about the graphical method. Now I think you can solve it very easily. If a problem is given, the most important part of the optimization problem is the problem formulation. Once you have formulated the problem, then you can apply any of the method. We also have so many computational techniques which can be used to solve for the optimization problem. Okay, so this was my lecture for today. Okay, so I just want to give you few assignment. So here you can see I have just formulated this problem. Okay, now I just want to give you few assignments. Okay, just a simple problem that you need to do as a assignment at your home. Here you can see. So what you need to do is that you will be aware about the farmers. You know, this is mustard and this is wheat. So this is a think pair share system. So this is a mustard and this is a wheat. As you already know, that if you are not going to know, I'm just want to discuss that when we are just going to crop wheat, so what we do, we mix mustard and wheat all together, the mixture of wheat and mustard. Then this is the crop. So our aim, what is our aim? We want to formulate the problem as a optimization problem. So this is a product mix problem, that how many kg of mustard and how many kg of wheat should be mixed so as to maximize the profit. And as you already know, The cost of production is given for producing 1 kg of mustard, and cost of production is given for producing 1 kg of wheat. Okay, and we also have few kinds of land availability. It's, you can take as a constraint, you can take any constraint, just simply just formulate this problem as a linear optimization problem. So this is the think based set system. It is given to formulate the product mix problem of wheat and mustard crop as linear programming problem. Okay, so this is your home assignment that you need to submit. Okay, so this was for today. This is a think page here, so you can try to think, and you can write a research paper on this. Okay, so this was for today, and I hope you enjoy this lecture. Thank you so much.